We're in America's Midwest in Cincinnati, Ohio for the Western and Southern Open. It's the final and it features the world's two best players. Bidding for back-to-back titles, world number one Serena Williams continuing her build-up to the last major of the year and hoping the omens are good in Cincy.
Last time I lost in Cincinnati, I won the Open. And last time I won Cincinnati, I won the Open. So I think either way, hopefully I'll be okay.
She takes on Romanian superstar Simona Halep. The world number 3 is hitting top form and is a genuine threat to steal Serena's crown.
I expect a tough match. She's the best player in the world, so I have just to go on court and play my game. I have nothing to lose against her. I believe that I have small chance there, but I have it, so I will fight for it.
Hello and a very good evening to you. So much to look forward to over the next few hours and a much anticipated 7th meeting between Serena Williams and Simona Halep. And if it's like anything of the match they played earlier this year in Miami, well, there's nowhere better for you to be. I'm Sam Smith and I'm delighted to say alongside me is former British number 1 Anne Keothavong, and we remember their match from Miami. Annie, do you think this one can live up to that?
Absolutely. I mean, Simona Halep was awesome yesterday. I thought she may have been a little tired. She's played a lot of matches, final in Toronto last week, and some tough 3-set battles here this week. But she's recovered well, and she's got the game to really challenge the world number 1.
Well, stay with us over the next few hours. They're just getting the men's presentation out the way, but that gives us a chance to look back to their semi-finals. And Serena really was in form against Elina Svitolina of Ukraine, the 20-year-old playing her first ever Cincy semi. And Annie, what did you make of Serena out there?
Well, she got off to an incredibly slow start. Svitolina came out firing. It was a very nerveless display from the 20-year-old. But as expected, Serena Williams managed to pick her game up.
Svitolina really should have been up a double break in that first set. We might have had a different sort of match. Some high quality tennis, but in the end it was Serena who put Svitolina away. First set absolutely crucial.
When it really mattered, Serena Williams just has the firepower to take on anyone. But Svitolina, I mean, she did her absolute best. She went for it. She needed to, but it just wasn't enough.
A few blips in the second set for Serena. But again, always just had that little bit more. Svitolina, though, having a wonderful American hard-court swing, semi-finalist in Stanford, but always on the back foot against the world number 1. Serena knew that she'd been in battle, dropped the first set against her in Australia. I think we've learnt just how quick Svitolina can be across the court. There was an iffy moment here in the 5th game. Serena serving 3 doubles there. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. And Williams closing it out in the style that we've become very accustomed to. And it's a 3rd consecutive final for the world number 1, but another super week for Svitolina. And Serena quite relieved to get that done in straights. Huge support for her. They love their defending champions. So Serena through in straight sets, and Simona Halep took on a former champion, Jelena Jankovic, and this promised to be a long one if their previous form was anything to go by.
Yes, in their first 5 meetings, it went all the way to 3 sets, but not last night.
3 breaks to open up, and then Halep the first to hold, and then very quickly she was after another break. She was just at a different level last night. And you had to feel for Jankovic. She had her socks run off out here. Her legs after this first set completely gone. Halep flying. And it looked like she saved her best performance for the semis.
Well, for her sake, I'm hoping there's more to come, because she needs to play her best tennis against Serena Williams today. But this, was definitely her best performance of the week so far. Dominated Jankovic.
3 holds, had to open up the second set. Again, just too much firepower, and she has got stronger round by round. Had some real battles on court and with her injuries at the start of the week, and I'm afraid there was very little Jankovic could do.
As this match progressed, Jankovic definitely looked the more weary of the two. Just struggled to find a way past Halep. But there was a tiny fight back.
Yeah, she dug in. I mean, she's played well this week, Jankovic. Halep always having another level.
Tactically, she was superb in this match. Really went after Jankovic's forehand.
In the end, the former world number 1 just run off her feet. Great reaction from Halep, and she goes into the final full of beans. First Western and Southern Open final for Simona Halep, and she couldn't be in better shape. Came here off that Toronto final having pulled out, had all sorts of physical problems, looked a little iffy at the start of the week, but not now. She is flying. What a scoreline, her easiest ever in her meetings against Jankovic. So the final to look forward to coming up very, very shortly under what is pretty much clear skies, and it is set fine for the next few hours. So it'll be a 7th meeting between Simona Halep and Serena Williams. The Romanian peaking at just the right time. She's a threat, don't write her off. We're back very shortly.
Get some sevens in your summer.
Sevens, brilliant.
Fast, furious and full of tries.
That is sevens at its best.
The Premiership Rugby Sevens is back, live on BT Sport 1. With exclusive live coverage of the UEFA Champions League. BT Sport's taking sports broadcasting to the next level this season. Together with our brand new look, we've added loads more channels just to squeeze it all in.
Absolutely brilliant.
That's 6, yes, 6 BT Sport channels. Not to mention our red button service, website and BT Sport app too. Making BT Sport the complete package this season. BT Sport, the heart of sport.
So the 12th Western Southern Open final not too far away. As you can see, they are just sorting out the net from the men's final and men's presentation. Very, very warm afternoon. Don't forget it's 5 hours behind the UK. Temperatures up in the high 20s. They might even nudge up into the low 30s. It's not as humid as it was last night. The humidity tends to come on later in the day. There are thunderstorms predicted around midnight in the UK, or 7 o'clock in Cincy or Mason, where we are, which is about 20 miles away from downtown. So players are probably just getting ready in the tunnel, but probably, I'd say about 5 minutes away, hopefully not too much long. But that gives us a chance to look back to Serena's route through this week, coming off that loss in the semis of Toronto. And how did she look against the Bulgarian Poronkova in her first match?
Uptight, to say the least. She was really made to work for this match. There were times where she was on the verge of tears, but found a way through.
Yes, an unsteady opener for Williams after a bye. Then she was excellent against the Italian Karen Knapp, just dropping the 2 games, and then survived quite a scare against Anna Ivanovic. She was a set 4-3, a breakdown, and also 2 love down in the decider. And that was better than last year's final, featuring the 2 same players. So into the semis she went, and too strong really for Svitolina, but a good match.
Another slow start from Serena here.
And certainly some signs that Serena getting back to her best. She said, Annie, that the last set against Ivanovic was the best that she had played since Wimbledon. How would you assess her form here?
I think she's been good. I think she's been far from her best. I think we can still expect more from Serena Williams, particularly how she starts in a match, and I think that will be crucial today against Simona Halep. Having seen Simona Halep play last night, she needs to be on her guard, and she needs to serve well more than anything.
We'll talk a little bit more about that later. Simona Halep, though, has had quite a few battles this week. Gosh, she was iffy against the young Frenchwoman Kristina Mladenovic. Couldn't close it out in the second set, had some match points, and very iffy in the decider. All sorts of trainers coming on for her leg, and didn't look right after pulling out in Toronto. And then, Annie, I think we're putting this in one of the top matches of the year, under the lights.
Well, yeah, Andrea Petkovic couldn't have played any better in this match and forced Simona Halep to raise her game. It really was so physical. Such an exciting match to watch.
And after the dramas of the Mladenovic match, she became so strong. I mean, she was shattered at the end of that. Close to 3 hours, and then she stepped up to another level against the Russian Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova. Great first set breaker, and then pushed it all the way through. And as you've just seen, Jankovic really put away the most one-sided contest in their previous 7. Another good week for JJ. She'll go into the US Open with some confidence. In the end, just run out of town. So Halep arrives in her first Cincy final in some style. Special moments for Simona Halep. She has done so much winning this year, and she certainly doesn't fear the world #1. What a reception for Williams. Her 3rd consecutive final, and just weeks away from trying to defend her US Open title and complete the year-long slam. The history books are wide open for Williams, but there's someone here, Annie, who could probably spoil the party.
Well, Simona Halep knows what she needs to do, and she's beaten Serena Williams before, and not many people can say that. For me, the first thing that struck me was seeing Simona Halep walking out on this court with a cap on.
Well, that's an improvement, isn't it?
Yeah, after what happened last week, she had to retire in the final in Toronto against Belinda Bencic due to heat exhaustion. Looks like she's better prepared for today's match.
Yes, it's basic, isn't it? I mean, even the men who are so well conditioned, you see Djokovic wearing a white hat, which is, well, I know they have all these funky materials now, but white hats, white clothing or light coloured clothing is de rigueur really for these kind of conditions. It's so humid, it's so hot today, one of the hottest of the week so far. And don't forget, Monday was a washout with all the rain, and then Wednesday we dodged the thunderstorms, but since then it's been set fair. And Halep looks in really good spirits. There'll be a huge number of her fans in tonight or this afternoon in Cincy, and she knows she'll have to wait for Serena.
So after the toss, we're facing that side for the photo.
Serena Williams doing what she always does. No rush whatsoever. Once the world #1 steps out onto court, always makes her opponent wait.
It's like a visiting dignitary, isn't it? Halep seems very laid back. I think delighted with her form since taking that 6-week competitive break after losing in the first round of Wimbledon rather unexpectedly. Just felt that all the pressure was building up on this 23-year-old who's achieved so much over the last couple of years. And the break was exactly what she's needed, but she's come roaring back.
Hi Serena, this is April, this is Chris, this is Aaron, our guests for the toss. Okay,
Got a
before
posse
we
there
start,
today.
just one general information for the Hawkeye. If you'd like to challenge, stop immediately and make a clear sign. Any questions? No? Would you like to call? Simona, it's a silver and blue. Which one you would like? Blue? Please, April.
See what April's
Silver.
giving it quite a go.
Serena, you call? Yeah, sir. Can you stay for the photo, please?
It's like Serena won the toss and doesn't even think a nanosecond about choosing to serve. So this is our final, the 12th one at the Western and Southern Open. Both have had their battles to get through here. Both have drop sets, and these two are the best in the world and will be so on Monday's ranking. So here she is, the world undisputed world #1 to nick a boxing, not boxing terminology. She'll be 34 after the US Open, where it's highly likely she will have completed the year-long slam and cemented her place in the history books. Wonderful start to the season, picking up her 19th Grand Slam title down in Australia, quickly followed by her 20th at the French and then her 21st at Wimbledon. And she managed to squeeze in an 8th Miami title in March, which is absolutely ridiculous to win that many and beat Simona in a wonderful semi-final along the way. Champion here last year, beating Anna Ivanovic. It was pretty straightforward. She has this tremendous record in finals, and it's going to be very hard for Halep to get over. I mean, 68 titles, and she's only lost 17 finals.
Yeah. Well, the last time she lost in a final was at this very tournament 2 years ago to Azarenka, and has since gone 14-0.
And that is why you are the research bunny. Fantastic. She just seems to, doesn't matter how badly she plays during the week. We mentioned, if you've been with us the last 15 or so minutes waiting for the men's presentation to finish, she was really iffy against Poronkova. There was a couple of dodgy moments against Svitolina. And Annie, I'm a little concerned about her serving.
Yes. Well, I think what she said after her match yesterday, people forget that she's had an elbow issue.
Yes.
And that elbow issue has been ongoing since the clay court season. She pulled out of Rome mid-tournament to rest up before the French Open and didn't practice her serve much, and still hasn't really worked on her serve since.
Yes, well, we'll keep an eye on that. But Simona Halep, well, what a season she's had already. She's only 23. She'll also be 24 after the US Open. Don't forget, just a couple of years ago, she was ranked outside the world's top 60. She's just been the player of the last 2 seasons in terms of performance and just rising up the rankings. She picked up her first Premier 5 title in Dubai. That was the first one of the year. This is the 4th one. And then winning her biggest title to date in the Indian Wells epic match against JJ in the final. Hasn't been quite as strong since then. I think all the pressures of defending all those points, the final of Roland Garros, the semis of Wimbledon, maybe just hit her slightly. She's taken a break and rebounded with her best ever Cincy performance. Last year, lost to Maria Sharapova quite comfortably, and then the year before that, Serena Williams. So they do have history here. How much do you think that matters?
Not a lot. 2 years ago, Simona Halep, completely different player. Different conditions, different stage of the tournament today. All the pressure on Serena, really.
Yes, how much do you feel that coming into the US Open, Serena lost to Bencic rather surprisingly last week in Toronto? She has rebounded well, as has Halep after the heat exhaustion, and she's learned a lesson. We've still got to remember she's a young player. I think putting a hat on, though, is pretty basic. I learned that at 12, but not to worry. She's got it all sorted out now. Maybe she doesn't like playing in a hat. Who knows?
Who knows?
But how much do you think with Serena that all the pressure and all the hype being in America for the US Open is getting in the way?
More than she lets on, definitely. I mean, here we can see their head-to-head. Williams does lead 5-1, their most recent meeting in Miami. And, well, if today's match is anything like that one in Miami, we are in for a cracker. I think Serena, well, she's desperate to achieve the calendar year slam, more so than she lets on. This is why she's still playing at the age of 33, 34 soon in a few weeks. You know, she wants to cement her place in the history books. She's already regarded as the all-time best in the women's game. She's a legend in her own right, but she wants more, which is fantastic to see.
Which is why she's a legend. Great roll of honour. Yeah, Lina retired now, and Chakvatadze also. Haven't seen Nadia Petrova for a while. Yelena, she'll still going. Of course, Kim's got a couple of children now. Maria Sharapova now, she's a worry in terms of she didn't hit a ball this week. She was in town, but her right thigh is still troubling her, and her preparations for the last major of the year, there's a big question mark against them. We're in this fabulous Lindner Family Tennis Centre, the centre court. They spent over $10 million a few years ago upgrading the facility. It'll easily hold 12,000 when full. I think we'll get close to that. I think the fans just having a breather. It's not an easy place to sit and watch tennis.
Not much shade.
To quote the words of Nigel Sears when he was often sitting courtside for one of his players, he said it's like sitting on a bonfire. But I think the locals are very much used to it.
Please find your seats quickly. Time.
So lots to look forward to. Can Simona Halep cause an upset? The bookies, they don't think so. They make Serena Williams the out-and-out favourite. They don't give Halep a chance here. Wonderful spot, this Mason, Ohio, former hometown of George Clooney. He went to school here. And often voted one of the most desirable places to live in the United States. These two don't care about that now. They are just getting ready for the title. That's all that matters.
Good set. Serena Williams to serve. Ready, play. Lovely knee. Lovely.
Serena Williams tends to come out and just play her game. But tactically, do you think there's anything she should be doing against Halep on a hard court?
Well, if Serena Williams plays her game, it doesn't matter what anyone tries to do against her. Tactics for Halep don't really come into play if Serena Williams is on it. But we've seen throughout the course of this week, Serena Williams getting off to a very slow start in her matches. In fact, the only match this week she's played where she's looked convincing was her third round match against Karen Knapp. And all the others, it was a real struggle. And we saw yesterday in her semi-final against Svitolina, in her first few service games, she wasn't serving all out at full pace. I mean, her first serve was around 80, 90 miles per hour. We're looking at a woman who can serve in the 120s consistently. But it was like she was just rolling her arm over, warming up still.
Well, Halep has to hope that Williams stays in warming up mode for a while. And the world number one rather gives away her service game at the opener of this Western and Southern Open final. First one was played back in 2004. It's a pretty new event. And that year, Lindsay Davenport beat a teenage Vera Zvonareva. Since then, it really has established itself as a Premier 5, a major stop in women's tennis, and where all the huge names will be right before the US Open.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. On the top level, please. We continue play. Thank you.
How would you advise Halep to approach these early games?
She's got to go after it. Anyone against Serena Williams has to be able to raise their game. They have to be at their very best. Even if Serena Williams is a little off, you still need to play unbelievable tennis to beat her. I think for me, like she did in the semi-finals against Jelena Jankovic, Simona Halep has to target the Serena Williams forehand more than anything. I mean, not that the forehand's a bad shot by any means, but it is the shot that will give her the shorter ball and produce more errors. She doesn't usually miss time backhand returns, but even on the serve, I think direct about 70% of your serves to Serena Williams' forehand. But I like the way she immediately in this match has looked to try to rush Serena Williams in the point. Whenever she can step on or inside that baseline, she has done so far.
It's playing very quickly out there. It's a medium pace hard court. It's meant to be the same as the US Open. They try and replicate conditions. It's the same ball. This would be a very big hold here for Halep after that break in the opening game. That's a real statement from the third seed in the first couple of games of this final. And the Romanian putting down a marker. You can still see she's got that left leg just taped. That was really a hangover from Toronto. I think just some tightness after that very long competitive break. She's looked really strong in the last couple of rounds.
I honestly thought Simona Halep would be struggling more by this stage of the tournament with that left thigh of hers. But if anything, she's gone from strength to strength. Patrick Mouratoglou, Serena Williams' coach. Let's see what he's noting. A familiar clonk of a Williams ace. How many is that this week, Annie? That's her 41st ace of the week. That's averaging, what, about 10 a match. I think that's her 42nd. No surprise, Serena Williams leads the number of aces on tour this year. Now hit a total of 433 this year. I shouldn't think Williams has any illusions as to how physically tough this match is going to be over the next couple of hours. I'm sure Darren Cahill, who's been helping Simona Halep here this week, has told her to definitely target Serena Williams' forehand. Especially early on before she finds her rhythm and timing.
Advantage Williams.
Nothing you can do if Serena hits serves like that down.
Game Williams.
Normal service regime for Williams. 3 aces in the game, but it's Halep who's up an early break at the start of this final.
2 games 1.
Serena Williams in her 3rd consecutive Western and Southern Open final, looking to become the first player to successfully defend the title. Also on the line today is a chance to win the Emirates Airline US Open Series. Yes, she gets a lot of that these days, Serena. I think she's taken, I'm afraid, mate. And good to see the fans in. Currently, Halep leads with 140 points, followed by Williams and Bencic on 115. But today's winner will receive an extra 30. And if you win the series, you get a chance to win the £1 million bonus if you go on to capture the US Open. So it's huge money at stake, and also the US Open Series title as well. So everything on the line out here in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Lovely. 15.
Halep's first ace of the match. Not one to really serve too many. That's only her 10th of the week. Danger when you're up against Williams. You allow her to put the first big strike in. Immediately on your back foot. Very tough to defend against that. Wow.
Certainly there's more pop on that serve than there was 12 months ago. Something that she really worked on in the off-season. And the dancing feed of Simona Halep causing all sorts of problems for Williams.
Halep leads 3 games to 1.
She'll go up to world number 2 on Monday's
Ladies and
rankings.
gentlemen, before the point finish, please do not cheer for the players.
So that's very, very excited, but we like to hear them. And she'll be seated second at the US Open, which is critical to stay away from Williams at the top of the draw.
15.
It's an ace fest. Very hot today. Temperatures in the high 20s. Apparently it feels like it's in the low 30s. Very humid as always. Does look like it's playing fast, doesn't it?
It does. This time of day, the ball definitely flies a lot more.
Oh,
yes.
that's superb.
Simona Halep didn't do an awful lot wrong in that point.
30.
Had Williams on the move. Yeah, both women, supreme athletes. Getting behind the ball so well, looking so strong there, Serena Williams.
She seems to be a lot happier with her racket tension out here this afternoon. Do you remember all the palaver from the semis?
Yeah, she changed her racket about 6 or 7 times.
Completely sent Halep the wrong way there. Apparently Serena says she doesn't always decide where she's going to hit the serve until she's thrown the ball up.
And one of the reasons why her serve is the best in the women's game is because it's so tough to read. That ball toss is so consistent. Players can sometimes give away which direction they'll be serving in depending on the ball toss. Obviously, if it's further out to the right, you're more inclined to hit a slice serve. If it's further behind your head, you're more inclined to hit a topspin serve.
Yes, everything comes off the same ball toss, and it's frightening that she doesn't know. I mean, that's just completely unfair.
40-30.
Oh, this is going to be good. I hope you're enjoying it. Williams has arrived at the party, but it's Halep who's still up a break in this opening set. She leads 3-2. Both women just trying to settle some early nerves amidst the din. Quite extraordinary, the noise that is produced at this US Open, this US series of hard court tournaments. And it is a huge stop on the women's tour. Over $2.5 million is the prize pot. The winner will take home just shy of a check of just under $500,000, and the runner-up $250,000. Extraordinary money they play for now. I think neither will notice it in their bank accounts. Serena well over in excess of 70 million in prize money alone. Halep closing in on 10. That's all by the by, isn't it?
I mean, this year alone, Serena Williams has made over $9 million on court.
It's extraordinary. But that's not why she's playing. Playing for history here is Williams.
Love it. Williams just looked a little tentative on that volley, as well as the approach. The approach didn't have enough whip, which allowed Halep to really strike on this forehand. But that looked a bit tense to me.
It was a touch on the bluffy side, wasn't it?
Taking the leaf out of Roger Federer. I mean, how early did she take that return? It was almost like a half volley.
It's always going to be the lob.
Shot, but boy, Serena Williams for me possesses the best backhand lob in the women's game.
We don't talk about that very often, do we? A couple of chances to get the break back here. And Halep can't hold off the world number one, and Williams levels up.
3 games. Serena Williams is definitely looking a lot sharper in this opening set than she did yesterday against Svitolina in the semi-final, as well as the quarter-final match against Ivanovic. certainly has found her range on that serve today. The timing so much better than what we've seen all week.
Her elbow must be feeling a lot better. Imperious from Williams, 3 aces in the game. She's flying now, and she leads 4-3 on serve in this opening set.
Williams leads 4-3. New balls, please.
Tomorrow, Serena Williams will spend her 255th week as the world's #1, and chasing Chris Evert at 260 weeks. Evert third on the all-time list, so inevitable really that Williams will leapfrog the great Chris Evert. And then she'll be trying to chase Martina Navratilova and then ultimately Steffi Graf for another little entry in the record books, as if there aren't enough already. Pretty tough, I think, to chase Steffi down. But Williams, well, we don't know how many years she's got left. So the gauntlet has been thrown down. Big momentum swing here, Williams taking the last 3 games. Can Halep do anything to stop the world #1? She's got the new balls.
Love you, Pete. Net, seconds.
That was Darren Cahill in your picture. Halep not faring too well behind her second serve in this match. Look at that. 1 from 6.1 behind that second serve.
Love 14.
Oh, yes. These are the types of shots that make Simona Halep so much fun to watch. One of the quickest players around the court, along with this woman.
Net.
Four games in a row now, and Williams looks unstoppable.
Williams leads 5-3.
Well, for me, this is the best I've seen from Serena Williams this week.
What a surprise. It's a final. Always delivers when it matters. So after just 29 minutes, the world #1 serving for the first set.
an advantage for any player who's quick enough to get behind the ball. As quick as Halep does, as quick as Williams does. That's how you can unleash your power.
Wow, she almost took the racket out of Halep's hand there. One of her fastest serves of the week at 122 miles an hour. Brings up a pair of set points. And Williams reels off 5 games in a row. She looks unstoppable in this Cincy final as she takes the opening set by 6 games to 3 in just over half an hour.
So the first point of every service game, I think you're serving great. I'd go for it a little more on the first serve. You've got a nice serving rhythm. Second serve, first set. So whether you won the first set or lost it, put it aside, start again now. Push forward on everything. So you can play it on your terms or her terms. And at the moment, the last 4 or 5 games, she's playing well, but she's playing on her terms. So if you need to start back a little more, to hit through the ball a little more, go for it. But we need your body weight going through the ball. Because at the moment, you're falling off it. You're very strong. So that means you have to be stronger with your legs. You just have to work a little bit harder. Don't worry about her service game so much. It's more important for you to worry and put a lot of energy into your service game. So the first point of every service game, I think you're serving great. I'd go for it a little more on the first serve. You've got a nice serving rhythm. Second serves are fine. If she takes the risk, no problem. We've got to get off to a good, strong start on every service game. But on the first ball that you get, push. Push on every ball you can. Just falling off just a little bit off your backhand, actually. Get your body weight going through the backhand. I think you're serving fine. I think you're playing fine. She's obviously raised a level. I think on this side you have to stay up because she's hurting you a little bit with a wide serve. But this one you can drop back and cover the one down the middle a little more. So give her 2 different looks and try to break up her serving rhythm a little more. If you do get a second serve, which you haven't seen a second serve for a while, if you do get a second serve, let's send a bit of a message. Let's go after it. Jump around and crack a big forehand. Just send a message that you belong here, you're not scared of this. Play big, all right? Got to play on your terms. If you want to play this match on her terms, she's going to dominate things a little bit. Strong legs, finish your shots, go after it a little more. Good positive attitude, which you've got.
Well, plenty to get her teeth into there. Annie, what did you make of Cahill?
Well, it's very interesting what Darren Cahill had to say. I mean, first serve, yes, Simona Halep has been getting up to that well. And she needs to continue to do so. She needs to keep that first serve percentage high because, frankly, Serena Williams has been all over the second.
Exhibit A.
But he's telling her to stay strong through the shot. I mean, when the ball is coming as hard as it is down the court at you from Serena Williams, no matter how strong you think your legs are, it's very tough to hold your ground.
And that's what all the players talk about. It's just you end up standing up on the ball.
Yeah.
You can't transfer your body weight. The ball that Serena sends down is like any other ball on the women's tour.
It's fast and it's heavy, and the only way I can describe it is when the difference between a fast ball and a heavy ball, or fast and heavy ball, is if someone throws a tennis ball at you, you can catch it quite comfortably. If someone throws a medicine ball, 5 kilo medicine ball at you at the same speed, you feel like it knocks you back a bit. Well, that's what it's like playing Serena Williams. You feel like you're just being knocked back that bit.
Yeah, as another great example of that. Very well put. Split up with her coach for the first 6 months of the year, a Romanian Victor Ainita, but It's a great backstop to have, isn't it? Karen Cahill, slightly insulting to call him backstop, but he's come in and he's helping. And she's riding to orders out here. She's taking care of her opening service game in this second set. And maybe the comeback starts here.
First game, second set.
Here we can have a look at the first set numbers. That first serve percentage from Serena Williams, so much better than it has been in any of her other matches this week. 7 aces. Halep really struggling behind her second serve more than anything, but 15 winners from Serena Williams in that opening set. And only 8 unforced errors tells you what you need to know. She's definitely been trying to hold her ground on the return of serve. I mean, I do feel in that opening set she was trying to take a lot of the returns on, maybe too much. Whenever you're playing against someone who's serving well, what Darren Cahill said at the end of that set, yeah, you give her a different look. You've got to try and give your opponent a different look. Make them think about where they need to serve depending on your court position. You can get into a server's head just by changing your court position.
Oh, that's a call from the chair.
I thought it might have been worth Serena challenging.
Williams not quibbling. Williams broken in the opening game of the match. She really was just warming up at that point. Halep still 2 chances to break here.
That serve pretty much bounced over Halep's head.
30-14.
Had quite a tail on it. Probably finished about in row N or something in the stands.
Too passive behind that return, Halep. And that's actually the one thing Anna Ivanovic did very well against Serena Williams in the quarterfinals. She really took on the second serve return. She definitely made more than she missed, but it paid off for her. And Halep has got to continue to try and do the same behind Serena Williams' second serve. Take your chances when it's there because you won't get too many.
Miss Halep is challenging the call on the right fast side.
Yes. Challenge of the final. And a good one from Halep.
You sound surprised, Sam.
Can you blame me?
Net seconds. Advantage, Halep.
No. Second double the match for Williams. And she's been serving them in clusters this week. She has a tendency to do that with her aces as well. Just going back to that second serve, I always feel at 5'6", 1m68, that Halep is a little vulnerable to the kick second serve if it's a good one.
Which means if she's going to take it on, she needs to take it so early.
Always seems to get up on her too much.
Advantage, Halep. His head up challenge in the call on the left base post pull down. Post stance, deuce. His head up has no challenge.
Double figures now. 10th ace of the match.
Fourth ace in the game for Williams, but it was a struggle as she fended off 5 break points. A couple of double faults in that game got her into trouble, but Halep was on the verge of a mini momentum swing there, but very quickly snuffed out by Williams, sensing the danger.
Love hitting. Love it.
It's just in a whole different universe, this Williams tennis.
Love it.
I mean, it's as if Simona Halep isn't even there. Didn't even turn her body, just a swat over the racket. And she looks as if she'll go up a break here. Well, you can understand the capitulation in that game from Halep. It is just awesome what Williams is bringing to this final, and the world #1 leads now by a set and a break. Simona Halep had Darren Cahill on at the end of that first set, trying to ride towards us, but it looks an impossible task out here. But the world #3 will be in New Haven next week. Champion 2 years ago. So will Petra Kvitova, the defending champion, still looking to get her year underway. Wozniacki owned this tournament for 4 seasons, and she's struggling for form. Safarova, the Czech, has taken a late wild card, and so has Agnieszka Radwanska. All these players looking for some late form and will be there from Thursday at 6 o'clock in the evening on BT Sport 1, and that's for the Connecticut Open. For Serena Williams, this will be her last run out before the US Open, and she looks to be hitting form at just the right time.
A few more opportunities to take a swipe at the Williams second serve. Well, Halep just taking advantage of a couple of looks at these second serves and taking a real cut at them. She's got a couple of chances to get the immediate break back. And I'm afraid that's what happens. 30-40. There isn't much you can do if Serena Williams is serving as well as she is in her service game. Well, look what happened when they played in the WTA finals in Singapore last year. 6-3, 6-love to Williams after her only loss to Halep in the group stage of love and 2. That was the most extraordinary match. The win or the loss? The loss. Yeah. But she played, I mean, that was the most extraordinary turnaround. Yeah. Just a few days later in the final. Ooh. Well, if you're going to go to one side or the other when Williams is at the net, go to the forehand. Again, it's the relatively, block capitals, weaker side. Dramatic finish to that volley. Just allows Halep another chance in this game. Just knew it. As soon as that Halep forehand went back to Serena Williams' backhand, it was like she had her on a string. Serena Williams is never missing a cross-court backhand into the open space. It's fascinating, isn't it, looking at these two physically. Halep looks tiny down the other end.
Miss Williams standing to the ball on the left near side. We'll scroll down.
Oh,
Very close.
they're always really mean how they focus on the lines person. So Williams facing a 4th break point in this game, faced 5 in her last service game. They can't save that one. And it's a 2nd break of the Williams service for Halep. And she levels up in this 2nd set.
2 games.
She receives tremendous support wherever she plays around the world. Simona Halep always seems to be Romanian fans.
And terribly well organised as well. Give the fanatics a run for their money.
The Simona Halep Romanian fan club is #1 on tour. They're superb. Again, Serena Williams almost half volleying that return of serve.
Lovely.
Don't think she could have taken it any earlier than she did just then. Some of these poses after
I know.
she...
Funny enough, though, I remember a couple of years ago when she was interviewed at the US Open, went up in one of the American studios, and they asked her, where do you think you can improve? And she actually says, I can improve my return.
Well, that's a scary thought, isn't it?
15, 13.
Here's Simona Halep really able to hold her ground, use her legs to drive her way through that shot. Look how open that stance is. Williams has just taken her foot off the gas ever so slightly here. Slight opening here for Halep.
Halep just starting to mix things up. She hangs on to her serve and is 3-2 up in this 2nd set.
3 games to 2.
Serena Williams going for her 69th career title. It sounds a lot, doesn't it, Annie?
It does sound a lot, but then when you look at Martina Navratilova's record, she leads the pack with 167 titles, followed by Chris Evert at 154, Steffi Graf 107, and Margaret Court at 92.
A mere 92, ridiculous. I mentioned she'll be spending her 255th week as the world #1 on Monday. And she's chasing down Martina at 332 weeks, #1, and then Steffi at a bumper 337. And that is an all-time stat for both the men's and women's tours for weeks at world #1. I think we've been talking a lot of numbers, aren't we, over the next couple of years?
It'll be fascinating to see how much longer Serena Williams goes on for.
At this rate, a long time. One of the greats in world sport at the moment. She meant that. Serena Williams really getting herself fired up in this game now. Just terrifying, isn't it?
Well, I think she sensed there was an opportunity for Halep to really get back into this match.
Very few are as good at reading a match as Williams. It's great credit to Halep that she's having a go here, as Williams is just right at the top of her game. Oh, what a way to respond to the challenge as Williams levels up.
Much more convincing service game there from Williams.
But look where she was, a couple of meters behind the baseline, and she gets the ball pretty much clean past Halep, one of the best movers in women's tennis. I mean, it's just extraordinary.
Swatting the return. I mean, Simona Halep, 5'6". She doesn't have a bad serve when you look at her height and her frame. But she needs to come up with an amazing serve each time if she's going to trouble Williams on her service games. That's tough to do.
Well, now she really means business as she's adjusting the headband. Of course it was in.
And it's a play she's used against Halep very well in this match. As soon as she's pulled Halep out wide on that forehand side, Halep isn't as strong as she is moving out to that backhand side. Even the net is on Serena's side.
They didn't go over in Toronto. They refused to go over in Toronto. But the net a little tighter here. And they always seem to make it. And once again, Williams after Halep.
Just showing off her flexibility there.
30, 40.
Not many tennis players who can't do the splits these days. Flexibility is so key.
I could name a few. You're sitting next to one. There's Mackie Schilstein, her long-time trainer. Yeah, he's been there a long time, Schilstein. Very experienced man, very normally very understated. You don't really see him. He keeps a low profile.
Timing of that drive volley all wrong. A bit more tension in Serena's face now. Mouratoglou sat next to him is her hitting partner, Robbie Poole.
Oh, Halep getting a geometry lesson.
Advantage, Halep. Induce. Advantage, Halep.
Halep a few times in this game has just clutched her lower back as well as that left hamstring. Wow. Simona Halep is going to hang in this match. She definitely needs first serves in this game.
Advantage, Halep. Net for
Some question marks physically now with Halep.
Just like a bit of a swish of the racket, doesn't she? Longest game of the match so far. Fourth deuce. Feels huge. It sort of feels like final or bust for Halep here. And talked about first serves. Struggling to close out this game. Where would you go? Service direction here.
Forehand body.
It's not really a favourite serve, is it? She likes that flat one out wide. Just looks as if she's struggling to drive up a little here. And a heads-up game from Simona Halep. Looks like she wants her coach on. This is a little unusual for her. It's either the coach or the trainer, and she's giving them something to cheer about. She leads 4-3 on serve in the second.
Good job. Excellent. Nice little adjustment on your serve there, huh? Just take a little pace off. You get the first red card from me. Told you to serve too hard. That's good though. I don't think she's attacking your first serve. If it's a second serve, some of your second serves are actually faster than your first serves, but she's not attacking your first serve. So it's good. Stay with that. Just take a little pace off. Get that first serve. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Okay, you'd serve a little more to a forehand as well, you think?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Just those couple of times, the one on the back of here, you've got to take that cross. You're going a little bit on the stretch too much down the line. You go down the line when you've got time and you're ready for the ball and it's in your pocket. But if you're on the stretch, trying to get that either to the middle or cross. You're just going for a low percentage shot. And these forehands that you're falling away, like it's impossible to hold your position once she attacks your serve. Throw it up in the air. Give it some spin. You don't have to hit that flat and hard. You can buy yourself a little bit of time by throwing that back. Yeah, you know when you're running backwards sometimes when she hits that first ball to your forehand, you're running backwards and you're trying to hit it really hard. Give some spin. Buy yourself some time. Okay, if she comes in and volleys it, no problem, but at least...
Darren Cahill at the change of ends, offering some words of wisdom to Halep once again.
I would hazard a guess. This is the best quality of information she's had on-court coaching in a very long time.
And she generally responds very well after his pep talk. He came on at the end of the opening set. Got off to a good start in this second, Halep. But she seems to have more of a respect for him as well. Wasn't quite the case when Victor Ionita used to come on for on-court coaching. She always used to fire back at him a lot more. Not so with Cahill.
And when Wim Fissette, who was in the picture last year, she didn't even call him on.
No.
So the fact that she's called him on twice, great. Excuse me. Just great information and really good delivery. He's one of the best. While we're discussing all that, Williams levels up without too much ado. A blisteringly hot and humid afternoon in Cincinnati, Ohio. And time for Halep to hang on to her hat here because Williams is coming after this game. A little careless from Williams and a strong hold from Halep. And after being down an early break in this second set, we're on serve with the Romanian leading by 5 games to 4. And Annie, this looks to be a really good pushback from Halep. How do you feel she's done it?
Well, she's taken advantage of Serena Williams coming off the gas a little bit, and you know, it's so important to stay with Serena when it comes to scoreboard pressure. She can get tight, she can fret. I mean, she's usually the queen of closing out matches, but I think as she's got a bit older, I do feel she gets a little more tight, more uptight for sure, with herself more than anything. And then we see errors like she made in that last game off the forehand wing. The tension in her face just gives so much away.
I wonder if there's a little scar tissue from last week in Toronto, because Belinda Bencic did exactly the same thing. Williams won the first set. Bencic just hung on in the second, pinched it, and then was able to come through in the third. And Serena, I mean, the serving went, I mean, she went from one end of the spectrum of being brilliant to the other end where she was awful at times.
Well, and a similar situation when Serena played Halep in Miami earlier this year. She won the opening set very comfortably, dropped the second, was actually 5-2 up in the final set and allowed Halep to come back to 5-all before she was able to raise her game again. But she can, just get a little uptight, and for anyone playing against her, you've just got to make sure you try and do your best to stay with her.
I think it's going to be a fascinating next few minutes or so. As Williams, who's looked so dominant for most of this match, serves to stay in the second set.
Halep telling in the call on the right service, post mode in.
I'm surprised she's even allowed to challenge
Well,
her.
that's also a waste, because that's her last challenge, her last incorrect challenge of the set, unless we go into the breaker. And there could be a really tight call. It really wasn't worth it. Now she's out of challenges.
Oh, yeah.
That must feel really good after all the punishment that her second serve has taken. That's good. Just don't want to let Williams just get away with a clean service game here.
Much better defense there from Halep in that point. That's what Darren Cahill spoke about. Sometimes when you're on the run on that forehand side, throw it up. Yep. And she did that, which allowed her to get back into the point.
Just get some flight, just lower the risk. And there are just a few signs of distress from Williams looking back at her player box. Cahill likes this. always the solution. And Williams levels up.
Five games.
Always worth making your opponent play,
15.
particularly when the scoreline is tight. See your opponent charging forwards. There's really absolutely no need to go for an outright passing shot. Wind just picking up here.
15.
That's what tends to happen, isn't it? As we sort of head into the sort of late afternoon, evening. The thunderstorms that are forecast in a few hours, they can stay away.
Another forehand error from William.
40. 15.
Got to be the wing that Halep picks away at.
There are shades of Toronto here.
That's a good game from the Romanian.
And in the end, it was an easy hold. And she's feeling a lot more comfortable behind her serve now. That's what Cahill said. Take care of your service games.
16.
And she leads 6-5 in this second set. Well, the Serena Express has been, it's at a station at the moment. It's been held up for some time. Annie, I'm fascinated with Halep and her mentality, because I think in women's tennis, there is a lot of players who are quite dependent on their coaches, whether it be their fathers or mothers or just a regular coach. Halep, for me, breaks the mold. She's a little Federer-like. She almost has felt they are unnecessary. There were big conversations a couple of seasons ago, you know, that wonderful year she had, second part of the year in 2013, where her manager, a former French Open champion, Virginia Ruzici, was begging her to get a coach, and she was like, not yet, not yet. She's had a few coaching splits, and I just wonder if this sort of consulting role with Darren Cahill actually, I mean, high quality information, but not on her case all the time. I'm just starting to think, do you think that's the way she might go from now on?
Yeah, well, I think that suits her personality. I mean, she is very independent. I mean, she has a strong personality. Like a lot of other female tennis players, you need a strong personality. You need to know what you want, and you need to be clear about how you play, what your goals are. And whoever is part of your team needs to be on the same wavelength. And, you know, I don't think female tennis players tolerate fools on tour.
So Williams really having to battle on to hang on to her title, serving once more to stay in this second set.
Tight from Serena.
How much do you think Halep's going to hit at her forehand in this game, percentage-wise? What would you do?
Every shot.
Okay, let's see if she does it.
You can see when Serena's a little uptight when she takes backhands from the middle of the court rather than letting rip forehands. That's the shot she's more comfortable playing.
He's corrected from Zhang and Halep. Good job, it was a correction because Halep couldn't challenge it. So Williams having a go. This is where Halep was so wasteful that last game. She's got away with it there. She's made it.
I think
she's made it.
Oh, only just. You have carrot juice today, hasn't you?
Might have done.
That serve has got her a lot of free points in this match so far today.
They've dried up a little.
40-30.
There again, it is. Picking away at the Williams forehand. Just feel that Cahill has brought some tactical nous and clarity to the Halep game.
Halep really finding the depth as well as the power into the Williams forehand. Sure, Serena Williams would love another big serve right here.
122 miles an hour on this court. Your reaction time is less than half a second, way less. Oh, the second set certainly deserves a breakup. Halep has done very well from dropping her serve in the third game. An immediate response from the Romanian. Have to say, though, break has not really Halep's forte this year. Has only won 3 from 6, but played a really good one against Pavlyuchenkova. Williams, though, 7 from 9. She is a breaker supreme, has just won so many in her career. Halep has lost more than she's won, but we'll see.
1-0. Halep. One oh.
Apologies if you heard that. Williams just getting a little head up in this final.
2-1. Halep. Please.
No, you have to love the passion from Williams. I know sometimes it spills over, but there's no one like the world number one. The mini break snuffed out in some style. Look at Halep's reaction. Oh my.
Oh, I think Serena was waiting for the call midpoint. It didn't come. She could have challenged.
If the line just isn't called.
Shank's not that kind of umpire. You've got to know your umpires. She will never overall. She did once, but she's just not sort of a super strong umpire in the chair like an Azaraki or a Chichak. So Williams needs a reset here. It would be nice to see the replay on that, wouldn't it? Just to see whether it was in or out. And there's that kicker, Annie, that Halep is so vulnerable to.
Both have really been able to raise their level out here in this second set.
Are we in Bucharest? They certainly have brought a different flavour to the women's tour over the last few seasons. Just what Simona needs right now.
That's brilliant.
Yep.
I love it. to be kidding me. Williams really doing a great job pulling Halep all the way off the court. I mean, we didn't even see her in our picture. How she even managed to get to that?
She actually ran twice the width of a tennis court.
Making the mistake. She had that mid-court ball, which she ran around to hit the inside-out forehand, but it went straight back into the Williams backhand. This stage in the match, you've got to be thinking Williams' forehand. That's the side to target.
It's a cauldron down there. And whatever happens, whatever the outcome of this breaker, these two are bringing the best out of each other.
It was the right idea. I mean, she had to take on that return. I mean, Halep pretty much rolled it into play. Only just missed it, Williams. The aggression from the world #1 still very much there.
Don't forget the outcome of this US Open series on the line here as well. Well, she's taking tennis to a whole new level. She dominates the tour. And she has 2 championship points.
Point down, but Halep still taking her chances, and that second serve from Serena Williams was tight. I mean, how much did that sit up right in Halep's hitting zone? So the mini break snuffed out, but still facing championship point. And Serena Williams simply the best, and once again she is the champion in Cincinnati. What a match. Serena Williams definitely brought her A game out onto court today. Served a dream. Her record in finals is just incredible. Definitely the world's #1. 69 titles and counting. Very gracious Halep in defeat, and said to her, if I heard correctly, the US Open, you can win it. Well, she might have a say in that, but the final brought the best out in Halep. But once more,
Serena Williams reigns supreme. There is no one like her, there is no one better, and Serena wins in Cincy 6-3, 7-6. There is simply no one like her. The extraordinary phenomenon that is Serena Williams, and hungry for yet another title, 69 and counting for the world number one.
Well, I'm sure Serena Williams will be much more happier about her serving stats, 15 aces, and the number of times that serve got her out of trouble when she was great venture forwards too much, wasn't given the opportunity. But was able to raise her game in that second set, just wasn't enough against the world number one.
Well, initially it was one of those second gear starts from Williams, and Halep really not having to do very much to break in the opening game.
Williams looked a little sluggish in the first couple of games. Something we've seen happen in most of her matches this week. But, as expected, the world number one was able to raise her game.
And very soon she was back on track. And this began a run of 5 consecutive games. And this, well, Annie described as the best lob in women's tennis.
I stand by that statement. It really is.
And very soon, Williams was after another break, and she looked unstoppable. Halep's second serve coming under a constant barrage. And as you mentioned, she looked really exposed on that forehand wing. And a couple of set points were just around the corner. Williams closing out with too much ado, and then she got off to the fast start in the second. Really good fight back though from Halep, pushing Williams all the way. And twice the world number one had to serve to stay in this second set. Did a great job of taking it into the breaker, and then there was only going to be one winner. Initially down though, an early mini break.
Halep doing her absolute best to chase everything down.
Wonderful last point. Halep had run her socks off, and in the end her resistance dried up, and Williams closing it out for title number 69. And her 5th of the season. Halep looks delighted with the way she plays, but Williams still leads the women's tour by a country mile. And still hunting down the titles as she goes into the last major of the season, the out-and-out favourite.
Bring up your finalist, Simona Halep.
Well, finalists in Toronto, and backs it up here in Cincy, but I would say a far better performance and set of performances this week.
And then we will hear some words from your finalists. She's had an incredible week. Simona?
everyone. Thank you for coming. It was amazing for me to play the final for first time in Cincinnati. And of course, I want to say congrats to the champion, because she's a champion. Always she's winning. So I wish you good luck for US Open. I know that you can do all four. So all the best and be strong. I want to thank to all the sponsors, to the main sponsors, to the volunteers, ball boys, to the chair umpires, line umpires, everyone, to the WTA, to the crowd, because you guys supported us all week. I had a big crowd every match. It was an amazing week, and I hope next year I will come back and I will repeat this result. I hope so. Thank you very much.
She's a very impressive young woman.
This is number 69 for this young lady. It's her second Western and Southern Open. Put your hands together for your champion, Serena Williams.
The one and only.
Getting the championship trophy from John Barrett from Western and Southern. That beautiful Rookwood trophy, and there she has it, everyone. Let's hear it for her. Look at her, Serena
I'm sure
Williams.
she can find some space on the mantelpiece for that one. Does look a little fragile there. She'll have to hang on to that.
Thanks to Jehovah God for allowing this day, and thanks to Simona for playing such a good match and always being such an incredible opponent and an incredible sportswoman. So I'm really honored to play against you and have such a wonderful match. So thank you so much. Thanks to my team, especially my coach, for getting me through this. He really is so great at what he does, and I'm just honored to be able to work with him. And my whole team over there this week, from Robbie, Mackie, and I don't like to name names because I always forget and they get angry at me. So, team, thank you. Zane, anyone else? Okay. Yeah, you would think I'd be good at this by now. I'd like to thank the sponsors. John, thank you very much for all your support, and Vince, it's always lovely to see you guys here. And thank you so much to the crowd. You guys are amazing. I gotta say, I don't get support everywhere I play, but I get so much love and support here. It makes me want to come back forever and ever. So thank you so much, and I love you.
And there you have your champion, Serena Williams, everybody. We're going to get some photographs. A big thank you to all of our volunteers, our on-court staff, operations staff, everybody who helps put this tournament together, the best ball kids, ball boys, ball girls, you name it. They all helped us out. We love
it. Really has been a wonderful week, both for Williams and Halep, and they go into the last major of the year in tip-top form, and the pressure will build on Williams as she tries to complete the year-long slam. She seems to have found her form. The champion in Australia, the champion in Paris and in Wimbledon will look to become the champion in New York. And she goes in fine style with a second Western and Southern Open trophy for her mantelpiece. Williams is the champion in Cincinnati. Next week will be in Connecticut, and so will Simona Halep, former champion in New Haven. Petra Kvitova, the defending champion. Can she get her year underway? And then there's another champion, 4 times Wozniacki lifted the trophy, but very short of form. And so is Lucy Safarova, the French Open finalist. She's taken a wild card, as has the Pole, Agnieszka Radwanska, all looking for form before going to New York. So you can see highlights tomorrow of the final of the Western Southern Open, and then we're back on Thursday at 6 on BT Sport 1 for Connecticut. Join us then. Bye from us all.